kind of have a lot to get off my chest here. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sure if you guys have noticed, I haven't posted anything in a little while, and there's kind of a number of reasons about it. Not that anything is too bad or anything worse, anything bad happened to me. It's just been a number of things have happened over the past, month and a half in the world that it's just taken me back, and just trying to, reflect on the bigger things in life, and it's been wild, just the past couple weeks or so, and it's been just a lot to take in. I'm probably going to talk about three major subjects here. Number one, let's kind of get it out of the way, is this the whole reopening of Texas, and now as of July 2nd, the closing of Texas again, kind of, sort of, but not really. I originally had made a video about the reopening of bars in Texas, because for those who don't know, I do work at a bar. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the channel here before. I might have, I don't know. And I work at a few bars here in town, and it definitely sucked when I wasn't working. I wasn't making the money that I was used to making, and when the bars opened up, I was really happy to get back to work and start making some money again. But it was pretty easy to tell head on it was going to be very, very difficult to go by those guidelines that the governor wanted. I knew it was just a matter of time before everything was going to be shut down again, either because the governor was like, maybe I should not do this, or just cases were going to go up, and what do you know, cases went up, and the governor had to dial it back a little bit. So I just wanted to talk about that whole thing of reopening up the bars, primarily because the salons and barbershops and tattoos and gyms, I don't think that is going to be much of a problem per se, because those things are pretty heavy, I can't say the word, those are pretty, sanitized and clean and whatnot. And a bar is really, not that a bar isn't clean, but when there's people that are inebriated and they're drinking, things get dirty. There's bodily fluids that get thrown around sometimes, and it's just not the most safest place to be during a pandemic. And I witness it firsthand when I see people drinking too much and puking, and it's just not a safe place to be. And it's just not a good place to be at during a pandemic. And it was very, very noticeable just to see people not trying to abide by these guidelines of social distancing and whatnot. When we first opened up that first weekend, we had tried to go by the book when it comes to what the governor said with social distancing, no more than 6 people to the table. You can't order from the bar. You have to order from your table. Playing pool, playing the games, stuff like that. And we definitely tried to do that, but it was just no match, because other bars in town were simply not going by those standards. They were going ahead and letting people order from the bar. They were letting people play pool. They were letting people pretty much do what they want. Particularly, there's a bar that's maybe not even 100 feet away from the bar that I work at, that was letting people just do whatever they want to, not having a capacity limit. Just come on in and have fun, like the old days before people died of a sickness like this. And it hurt, the business of the bar that I work at so much that they had to kind of ease the restrictions a little bit just so we could get business. Because I remember a night that I worked, and I told people they couldn't be around the pool table unless they were playing pool. You had to sit down at a table and that made them so upset that they ended up, closing out their tabs and walking out and going to the bar where you could do whatever you want to. And personally, to me, that made me feel upset, and I was angry about it because we're trying to make sure that you guys don't get sick, and you guys don't appreciate us doing that, and I find it just a bit disrespectful, not only to like us, but just like the owners of the bar who are, friends with a lot of, the regulars that come in and whatnot, and I think it's disrespectful to them, but that's my personal opinion on that, and I can't speak for the owners of the bar. So, yeah, but as you know, the bars are back to being closed, and, I'm kind of back to not making any money again, but it's okay. I still have, my day job to make money. It's perfectly fine with that, and, hopefully, the bars can open up again in the near future. I don't see them opening up anytime soon, at the end of, like, July or August, maybe the end of September, October. If numbers go down. The main thing is that numbers have to go down, and today the governor put that like a nationwide, not a nationwide, but a statewide mandatory, like you have to wear a mask in public, and that's not a big deal to wear a mask. It's perfectly feasible and to wear a mask all day. It's not uncomfortable at all, trust me. But some people just hard-headed about it and don't want to wear a mask. So anyway, back to the second issue what was going on was the death of George Floyd. That definitely hit me in just ways I didn't think it would hit me, because you hear about African Americans getting killed by cops. Just like every week or so, you're seeing some video of a cop, brutally handling an African American or somebody of color for a stupid reason, whether it be they were reaching for their wallet and they shot him because because they thought they were going for a gun or other stuff like that. And just seeing the video and just bothered me to agree. And it was just so much to take in, and just the amount of protests across the world just was fantastic to see. That there's so many people in the world that just want this racial equivalent, this like equality between all the races, and just are tired of seeing racism across the globe, particularly in America, where people act like racism isn't a thing, what it clearly totally is. And I was happy seeing the protests. I wasn't so much happy seeing the looting and the rioting. That's something I don't condone, obviously, but just to see these thousands of people marching in DC and LA, and here in Texas and Houston and Austin, San Antonio, people going out and saying Black Lives Matter, and saying this stuff about defund the police and make these police accountable for stuff they do. And it was so powerful and so amazing to see this world come together for just one thing, even though there's plenty of people who particularly don't agree with Black Lives Matter and defund the police and all that stuff like that. But it just felt so good and just so positive to see such a overwhelming response to just one thing. And here in town, we did have a protest and a march here. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to it because I had to work. I was upset about that. But I know it's really beautiful here. It's a really awesome thing to see here. I think we might have another march or protest here pretty soon. I will definitely try to go to that and, blog that. But it was so crazy just kind of see this consequence, that because this cop just wouldn't get off a guy's neck and let him breathe, that we've had all this consequence, all this cause and effect that happened. We have Confederate flags being taken down at cross across, the southern United States, taken down from courthouses, from state houses, from governor mansions, from fucking NASCAR. They don't want Confederate flags. We have Confederate statues being taken down. We have all these things that are going on to say, hey, what this represents is really wrong, and we're going to change that now because we see that it's wrong. It's terrible that somebody had to die because of that. It's terrible that we have to go out and march and protest to let you know that it is wrong. But I guess it's something, and something's better than nothing. And we got to keep doing that and keep protesting and keep marching and keep signing petitions and keep up the good fight. And if you haven't donated, I will leave a link in the description below where you can donate to something, to Black Lives Matter, to the NAACP, anything that I can find that you can donate to. I will definitely leave it in the description below. So please donate whatever you can, whether it be $1, $5, $20, $50, whatever. Donate. And another kind of reason why I didn't post anything for a while here was that with everything closing again, the weekends I wasn't really, doing much. For the past 4 or 5 years I've been working at a bar. My weekends have been basically, busy working and hanging out with customers who are friends, and just seeing, multiple people every weekend. And then when that stopped, it felt really, really lonely. I got really lonely is what the problem was. And these people that kind of pretend or say that we're friends, and I miss you, I can't wait to see you again. And it's like, where are you when I'm off on a weekend? Let's do something. And they don't want to, reply back, or they have kind of another thing going on. And I know it's kind of a weird thing to say that in a pandemic when people should be staying home and they don't want to hang out. That's kind of the whole point of it. But the part is that, I'm going on Snapchat and seeing people at house parties and hanging out with a group of friends, and I'm kind of really like, why am I not invited? You guys know me, I'm not working right now. I could come and hang out, but it was just one of those things where I just got really, really lonely. And not that, like, I'm not talking to friends or anything. I have, my main friends that I talk to, Tim, which you might have seen in the Christmas vlog, he's there. My friend Gabriella, which, I had an entire vlog with her. My buddy Jacob, which you haven't seen it, unfortunately. I hopefully to get him in a video soonish. And as always, my brother Mark. I love my brother more than anything. He's always been there for me. But it's just that all these people that I know from years of working in the bars, it's been like, I felt really lonely, and I got really, really lonely. And I know it's not them. It's more of an issue with me in my mind. And it came to a point where I got really, resentful to these people that I see on social media. All these people that I know, I got really angry for them, going to the beach and going places because I wasn't invited per se, or I wasn't, I felt like I wasn't allowed to go because I don't know. And I got really mad to people that don't even know that I'm mad at them. And I just kind of got in a bit of a dark place mentally, and I just had to just keep to myself and just kind of get through things. That's the only way I can really do that mentally. It's just try to fight, I guess you could say. And the best thing about it was that when the gyms opened back up, I immediately started going back to the gym, because the gym is the number one thing for me that helps me with my mind. It keeps my mind pretty clear and keeps me level-headed. It just, nothing beats having like a really good workout and sweating out all these issues. That's why I always tell people, if you're feeling not to like yourself, you're not feeling yourself, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, go to the gym, lift some weights, yell, you know, lift more than you really should, and you'll feel like $1,000,000 coming out of the gym. It'll be a hot, sweaty mess, and you'll feel great about it though. And that's how I get through things. Personally, that's the only thing I really know how to do, because I think I couldn't be able to get this out of me through anything else. Video games help to a degree, but it's not, it's not the most active thing to do, I guess you could say. Yeah, Animal Crossing is great, and I could play Animal Crossing all day, but it's not really helping when it comes to, losing weight. Or seeing that my microphone died while I was shooting that last last bit of talking that I was trying to do. But what I was saying is, if you're not feeling too well mentally, there's plenty of places that you can talk to, that you can speak to, that can help you with that. Everybody should have a friend you can talk to, and if you don't, you can try to find me in my socials, that I would do my best to reply and try to listen and try to talk, because all it takes is somebody to listen to. All it takes is somebody who can talk to you and try to make things better. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video. I know it was a long video. I had just a lot to get off my chest, and a lot to talk about. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I always appreciate that. Stay tuned for the next video. I kind of do have something in line when it comes to an idea. I just have to, shoot some stuff, and I have to kind of shoot in public, and that's always a weird thing to do for me. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, wear a face mask, and Black Lives fucking matter.